Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, several counties now have burn bans. We'll take a closer look at how those bans may impact you and your fall bonfires. And Magoffin County was one of several counties to receive funding during the recent SOAR Summit. We'll tell you where it's going.
Plus, a cold front bringing rain to the mountains later tonight. The details on when it moves in and moves back out coming up as Mountain News at 5:30 starts now.
Dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. It's that time of year again when we start to see forest fires. At least 7 counties now in our region have issued burn bans, the most recent being Floyd County. Emergency Management Director Gina Porter said the county has issued a, quote, 100% burn ban effective October 25th until further notice. WYMT's Dakota Makris explains why people should follow those bans.
This past weekend, Magoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wireman says they had multiple fires across the county. The Judge Executive recently issued a burn ban.
These dry conditions and the wind, and obviously with all the leaves falling, it creates a very hazardous situation, not only for our forest, but for our air that we breathe.
As of Tuesday, Johnson, Lawrence, Pulaski, Rowan, and Whitley counties joined Magoffin in issuing burn bans.
We have people that burn habitually. Their things in their yard and those kind of things, but we just want them to make them aware.
A chief forester I talked with says burning in your yard is actually one of the main causes of wildfires, and if you are not careful, the fire could reach your home.
Times are dry, and it will spread very rapidly right now. And then, other times it may be high moisture in the air or high humidity, and it'll be a slow rate of spread.
Saying burn bans are necessary to let Kentuckians know the risk of burning and telling them to hold off.
Every fire is different. You could have a fire in the same spot every year, and it'll be a different fire every time, just depending on, again, wind, humidities, and then, of course, being able to get the equipment where it needs to be.
Even with rain moving in, officials do not expect it to be enough to saturate the ground to keep fires from happening. In Perry County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
Now again, those counties with burn bans that we know about include Floyd, Johnson, Lawrence, Magoffin, Pulaski, Rowan, and Whitley counties. County burn bans are enforced by local law enforcement. Those who violate a ban can be charged with a misdemeanor. Well, speaking of burn bans, here's an example of what could happen. This is a picture from the Richland Fire Department in Girdler. The department posted on Facebook that 2 trucks and several firefighters responded to this brush fire on Horn Branch Road. While Knox County does not have a burn ban currently in place, neighboring Whitley County does.
And again, a recap of those counties under that burn ban. In fact, we can go ahead and kind of pull the map up. We could show you where they're in effect right now. Like Steve said, in the Cumberland Valley, Pulaski and Whitley counties, and in the Big Sandy, Rowan County, Lawrence County, Johnson County, Magoffin County, and as of the last hour, we've added Floyd County to that list. These are just at least the ones we know about. If you've got one in effect in your county, go ahead and send us that information so we can add it to the map. The good news, we do have some rain on the way, but before it gets here, those fire conditions are ripe. Middle and upper 60s current temperatures throughout, or 70s, excuse me, middle and upper 70s current temperatures throughout the region right now, and you factor in those winds 5 to 10, sometimes higher than that miles per hour, and that's when we watch the potential for some wildfires to get out of control. Level 1 marginal risk for severe weather for our far southwestern counties. We should keep that at bay for the most part. You've already seen a few showers trying to move in, but here comes that rain already on top of the Bowling Green metro area, with the biggest threat down to our south. So forecast for tonight, 53 showers and storms will continue through the evening. More details on when these showers move in and move back out coming up in a few minutes. Steve?
Right, Evan, thank you. A nearly $24.5 million investment into eastern Kentucky was announced last week during the SOAR Summit. $1 million of that funding is going towards a build-ready certified site at the Gifford Road Industrial Park in Magoffin County. WYMT's Olivia Calfee has more.
The Gifford Road Industrial Park in Magoffin County is expected to make a large economic impact on the community.
So our goal is that at our site that we have businesses come that will be around for a while, that will build careers so that our youth can stay home and not have to travel away to work.
Magoffin County currently has the highest unemployment rate in the state of Kentucky, and local and state officials hope this will provide more jobs for people in the area.
It's a life on the road, and it's tough. You know, other than the school system, which is the largest employer in the county, you know, there's not a whole lot of industry here, and that's what we hope this park will do.
The industrial park will be located directly off of the Mountain Parkway and has the potential to house multiple businesses.
We have some designs that will partial the industrial site so that we could have up to 5 businesses sitting on 4 to 5 acres, employing 15 to 25 people apiece, which would be, you know, we'd have 100 to 150 employees.
The $1 million grant will assist in constructing a build-ready certified site, making it easier for future companies to move to the area. Wireman showed me the plans for the property.
In this general area where we are now, we'll be preparing a 50,000 square foot pad where a building can be constructed. We've got broadband here, we've got power here, and there's natural gas trunk line runs along the Mountain Parkway. So we've got all the things that a business needs to locate here, out here, and obviously right beside the Mountain Parkway, as you can tell.
Creating new opportunities for future businesses and employees. In Magoffin County, Olivia Calfee, WYMT Mountain News.
Wireman says there are potential businesses already looking at the site, and once the Build Ready certification is complete, it will open the doors for a lot more businesses looking to locate in the area. The new British Prime Minister says there will be integrity, professionalism, and accountability at every level of government. Rishi Sunak tells the British public that trust is earned and I will earn yours, placing economic stability and confidence at the heart of this government's agenda.
The government I lead will not leave the next generation, your children and grandchildren, with a debt to settle that we were too weak to pay ourselves. I will unite our country, not with words, but with action.
Sunak will succeed Liz Truss as Prime Minister. Truss resigned after only 44 days in office. With midterm elections in this country exactly 2 weeks away, there's a crucial debate tonight in a hotly contested Senate race in Pennsylvania that could determine the balance of power in the U.S. Senate. CBS's Natalie Brand has the latest from Washington, D.C.
In one of the most closely watched Senate races this season, Republican Dr. Mehmet Oz and Democratic Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman will face off tonight for their one and only debate. A new CBS News poll now considers the open Pennsylvania seat to be a virtual toss-up, with Fetterman clinging to a 2-point lead.
I'll keep us safe, cut your taxes, and protect our jobs.
The economy, inflation, and crime are the top issues voters in the Keystone State say they want to hear about, as well as a plan to lower gas prices.
Who wants to pay $4 for gas? You know.
The CBS poll found voters more concerned with the issues over Fetterman's health. The candidate had a stroke in May and has tried to reassure voters he's fit for office.
Survived to be back, and that makes I'm going to fight for you all.
The Pennsylvania race is one of the contests that could help determine the balance of power in the U.S. Senate. And CBS polling also reveals likely voters have become more partisan compared to last month. In Florida, incumbent Governor Ron DeSantis and challenger Congressman Charlie Crist sparred in the one and only debate of their race. One of the most fiery moments occurred when Crist confronted DeSantis on speculation that he may run for president in 2024.
Why don't you look in the eyes of the people of the state of Florida and say to them, if you're reelected, you will serve a full 4-year term as governor, yes or no?
Well, listen, I know that Charlie's interested in talking about 2024 and Joe Biden, but I just want to make things very, very clear. The only worn-out old donkey I'm looking to put out to pasture is Charlie Crist.
Polls show DeSantis leads Crist by double digits. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
Gotta love politics. In the New York governor's race, Democratic incumbent Kathy Hochul debates Republican challenger Republican Lee Zeldin tonight. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, managing your credit card debt can be a tough fight, especially with a high interest rate adding to the bill. Expert advice on how to negotiate a lower rate with your credit card company.
Plus, watching showers move toward the mountains as we speak. The latest on how much rain we could see coming up.